If you possess metal items, vehicles, bicycles, inherited equipment, cast iron cookware, or even forgotten pocket knives, oxidation is silently destroying them at this very moment. A household ingredient costing approximately $3 can restore these items within hours, yet this affordable remedy remains obscured by expensive commercial alternatives. Continue watching to discover why this budget-friendly solution was concealed beneath costly products. The genuine revelation extends beyond rust elimination. It unveils hidden chemistry perfected by nature over millennia. Corrosion represents one of Earth's costliest challenges, though most people underestimate its devastating impact. Annually, oxidation drains over $2.5 trillion from the worldwide economy, according to groundbreaking research from NCE International, currently the Association for Materials Protection and Performance. This 2016 figure exceeds the complete economic output of numerous nations. The Federal Highway Administration calculated that beyond 200,000 American bridges display substantial corrosion deterioration, requiring taxpayers to fund billions in annual repairs. Your vehicle faces constant attack, particularly in regions where winter road salting occurs. Sodium chloride intensifies the electrochemical process, transforming solid steel into disintegrating orange residue. The typical American automobile depreciates hundreds of dollars yearly, solely from oxidation forming on undercarriages, brake components, and exterior panels. This challenge becomes deeply personal when considering inherited equipment, vintage bicycles stored in garages, or perfectly seasoned cast iron cookware from grandparents, all being consumed by an unrelenting chemical process. What if the remedy wasn't a $50 aerosol product from automotive retailers or $200 professional services? What if an inexpensive white powder outperformed nearly everything commercially available? Understanding why this $3 solution excels requires examining rust's atomic structure. Oxidation isn't mere surface contamination. It results from a fundamental chemical transformation called oxidation, where iron atoms surrender electrons to oxygen when moisture is present. When iron encounters dampness and air, each iron atom releases 2 or 3 electrons to adjacent oxygen molecules, creating a new compound, iron oxide. The predominant rust form is hydrated iron III oxide, which chemists denote as Fe2O3, with water molecules integrated into its crystalline framework. This explains rust's flaky, porous texture. Iron oxide molecules occupy greater physical volume than original iron atoms, causing surfaces to swell, fracture, and deteriorate. Once minor rust forms, it establishes a microenvironment trapping additional moisture against underlying bare metal, dramatically accelerating corrosion. This corrosion cell essentially functions as a miniature battery where your metal object serves as the consumed electrode. The electrochemical process involves both chemical bonding and electrical charge movement, explaining why salt water accelerates deterioration. Dissolved ions enhance water film, electrical conductivity on metal surfaces. Mainstream rust eliminators divide into 2 categories: powerful acids, phosphoric or hydrochloric acid, and proprietary chemical formulations. Companies patent and sell at substantial markups. Phosphoric acid-based removers, found in products like navel jelly, function by converting iron oxide into iron phosphate, a black coating suitable for painting. These products work effectively, but present harshness, producing toxic vapors, potentially damaging surrounding materials, and requiring protective equipment. Hydrochloric acid, marketed as muriatic acid, acts more aggressively, dissolving rust rapidly while attacking healthy underlying metal and releasing hazardous hydrogen chloride gas. Heavily marketed spray products claiming single-application rust dissolution typically cost $15–40 for small containers. Many contain diluted phosphoric acid with added surfactants and fragrances, essentially premium-priced industrial chemicals wrapped in sophisticated branding. The rust elimination industry generates over $10 billion globally when including products, services, coatings, and professional treatments. Yet, hiding in plain sight, available in grocery store baking aisles or bulk online, exists a compound dissolving rust through an entirely different, remarkably sophisticated mechanism. The practical application method. The process is surprisingly straightforward. Purchase food-grade citric acid powder, available at grocery stores, pharmacies, or online for $2–4 per pound. Heat water, not boiling but warm, roughly 40–60 degree optimal as heat accelerates chelation reactions. Dissolve approximately 2 to 3 tablespoons citric acid per liter of warm water, stirring until completely dissolved. Submerge rusty objects in the solution and wait for light surface oxidation. Results appear within 30 minutes. Heavy, deeply pitted rust on old tools or automotive components may require 12 to 24 hours soaking with occasional agitation. As reactions proceed, liquid turns yellow, then orange, eventually dark amber, the iron citrate complex dissolving into water. Upon removal, rust either wipes off with cloth or has completely disappeared, revealing original metal surfaces. After bath removal, rinse items in clean water and immediately dry, or apply protective coatings, oil or wax, as freshly exposed bare metal is highly susceptible to new oxidation. One citric acid solution batch can be reused multiple times until iron saturated and losing effectiveness, indicated by very dark solution and significantly slower reactions. Real-world success stories. Online restoration communities regularly post before and after photographs of tools, automotive components, cast iron cookware, and antique hardware transformed from heavily corroded relics into gleaming functional objects using nothing but citric acid and water. Blacksmiths and bladesmiths adopted citric acid baths as standard restoration's workflow steps, cleaning forged scale and rust without damaging hardened steel temper. Cast iron cooking enthusiasts routinely recommend citric acid as the safest, most effective method for stripping ruined cast iron pans back to bare metal before reseasoning. Professional automotive restorers now use citric acid for derusting fuel tanks, brake components, and body panels, achieving results comparable to expensive electrolysis setups at fractional cost and complexity. In agricultural communities across Southeast Asia and Sub-Saharan Africa, where commercial rust removal products are unavailable or prohibitively expensive, farmers discovered soaking corroded tools in water mixed with crushed citrus peels achieve similar effects. Those peels contain concentrated citric acid. Why this solution remained hidden? The rust removal industry, like many chemical product industries, operates on models where perceived complexity justifies premium pricing. If consumers believe rust requires specialized proprietary chemistry, they'll pay $20–50 for branded solutions. If they discover a 3 bag of food-grade powder from baking aisles performs equally or better, the entire industry pricing structure collapses. This isn't conspiracy theory. It's basic market economics. Companies have no financial incentive promoting the cheapest possible solutions when they can sell expensive alternatives. The same pattern appears in dozens of cleaning and maintenance categories where simple, affordable compounds, baking soda, white vinegar, hydrogen peroxide, can replace expensive branded products. The philosophy behind the solution. Citric acid won't single-handedly solve the global corrosion crisis, but it represents a philosophy that could. Effective solutions don't need to be expensive, proprietary, or complicated. Sharing knowledge freely leads to better outcomes than guarding it behind brand names. Sometimes looking backward at simple chemistry teaches more than chasing next patented wonder products. Every rusty bolt rescued with a $3 bag of citric acid is a small act of resistance against planned obsolescence and manufactured complexity. Every tool restored instead of replaced reduces demand for new steel, new mining, new smelting, and new carbon emissions. Conclusion. The chemistry has been understood since 1784. Industrial production methods existed since 1917. Scientific evidence fills peer-reviewed journals spanning decades. The only missing element was someone informing you about it. Now you know. Next time you see a rusted object and think it's too far gone, remember that nature built a molecule shaped like a claw, designed to grab metal atoms and pull them free. That molecule exists in every lemon on every tree and every warm climate on this planet. Sometimes the future of technology isn't a breakthrough, it's remembering what we forgot.